Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Peltcraft. It is episode 3 and I've been doing a couple of things off camera as well, but that's fine. So, I have to admit that I've kind of I tried to record this episode before, but I didn't like the footage I had. And so I kind of scrapped all that. And I do that a lot. If I don't think what I have recorded is worth putting out there, or is just too much work for me to edit, then I will just scrap it and start again. It's a common thing with me, but that's okay. This will not be like that. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. I've got people are sleeping, and if I talk any louder, they'll hear me. But in the last episode, I got this built. I got some dark oak trees. I got some saplings. I think it'll be this episode that I actually start my custom trees, and hopefully sometime soon I will be able to fill in this gap and do what needs to be done. When I previously recorded this episode, I not only built another portal, but as you can see, I was given a diamond helmet and diamond axe by Storm. So, also you can notice that, or if you have noticed, I do not have the vibrant visuals on, and I think I'm actually going to keep it that way because, to be honest, it made the game a little difficult for me because it was too dark, it was too bright, and if I want to do something like that, again, like if I want them on, I'll turn them on. If I don't need them on, I'm just gonna leave it. But I actually didn't talk about the build last episode, so I got an achievement for Rocket League, or something like that. Yeah. So last episode, I built this, a Japanese, what would you call it? Cottage or something? House in the woods. That's pretty much what it is. Sorry, no, that is what it is. I followed a tutorial. I forgot to add the, I forgot to add the link in the description, so I may do that. I'm not too sure, but I'll leave a link in the description for the tutorial for this. Once you watch it once, it's super easy to remember. I honestly, the only reason why I wanted to or needed to watch it was to get the roof perfect, and I only originally wanted one story, but as you can see, I've got one room here, I've got one other room here. This is like another main room. So this is like my storage and crafting area. I'm gonna have like a little space here. I also moved my storage. I have this here. This is my bed. Actually, in the test world, I have these two things switched, and I think I prefer them just as they are. I've got some lanterns here. Once I can get down. Yeah. So, one thing I should mention, actually, while I'm doing that, I'm going to light up my base area. So, one thing I should mention to you guys is that Storm and I have talked a bit off camera. It wasn't in his episode. It was originally supposed to be in mine, but I didn't like what I had in the episode. So I guess I don't have torches. I think what I'll do, so what I did was I just didn't use any of it. So in this episode, I am going to tell you what Storm and I talked about. Well, what we talked about was, I was going to say this, but you wouldn't understand. What we talked about was having an industrial district between the two of us for like farms and whatnot, say like tree farms. He's growing these trees, these big ones here, the 2x2s that grow kind of tall. So for his villagers. And I need a lot of dark oak, or will need a lot of dark oak, and cherry blossom trees for cherry trees. Oh, I have tons of sticks. Okay. Even more. And also, I'll get to that in a minute. So yes, he and I talked about it. He said, I told him to think about it, don't rush to a decision just yet. He agreed with that. So that's what he's doing. I think in this episode, or sometime whenever, or in the next episode, he and I will talk more about it on camera. And he and I talked for like an hour straight, so that's why I didn't call, or sorry, not, that's why I gave up on releasing that footage of this episode. But anyway, enough talk of that. I don't want to spoil too much. Yeah. So whilst I was recording footage, or recording this episode before, in what I didn't use exactly was, I went to the Nether. And so I got some blackstone, as you can see here. What you also would have seen was me cutting down some mangrove trees. Now, I believe I do have enough mangrove now to do to build what is called a Torii gate. So I'm gonna go looking for my stone cutter, as well as my mangrove wood, And I am going to build the Torii gate from the test server, or world, or whatever. And then I might harvest more wood. I'm not entirely sure. Also, as you can see, we've played about 100 days in this on the server, and that's an accomplishment for me. Personally, I don't know why, but yeah. And it will only get bigger. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this tree down, these two trees down, because I am kind of sick of that. And I'm gonna, I might just dig more of this while that happens, just so I can have a better kind of system. Even though I like this here, I kind of want it to go a little bit differently than what I have laid out on the test world. So what I'm going to do is shave this, cut these two trees down, this tree, and find my mangrove and stone cutter so I can build the Torii gate. I'll see you once I find my stuff and cut down the trees. Okay, so as it turns out, I had the mangrove all along. So now all I have to do is build the Torii gate and have the right blocks for it, because I need to strip these to get that sort of aesthetic. So it'll be something like, where do I have it? I think about here, and you walk in through 2, I believe. So it'll look relatively similar to that. I just have to go back and look at the build. So I'll be back, and yeah. And then once I'm back, it'll be built, and it will be glorious. Okay, see you then. Okay, so I must apologize, but I've kind of tweaked the design, and for another reason. This is what I have right now. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix it even more, just a smidge bit, and see how that works. Sometimes when building in survival, you'll kind of just, or building in creative and then bringing it to life will kind of just change when you're building it in survival, because you may think you liked the one before, but then you may change your mind. Ooh. Actually, if I do this, if I change this to this. Will that work? No, it will not. No, 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 no. Okay. That's okay if things don't go the way you originally thought. Then it has to be that this is the part that needs to change. Oh yeah, that can't be that. It has to be not like that. So that. And then if I just take these, it should be good. Let's see over here then. I just realized my cat's here. I like that better now. Yeah, I like that so much more. Now, for the other reason why I'm going to apologize is that this episode is a little bit late and I went camping, so that is kind of my excuse, but like I said, I was preparing this episode before, and then I went camping, so I had no time to edit, and now that I went over my footage, I didn't like what I had done, so I am redoing it, and this is how I'm redoing it. Now, to explain this a bit, I have taken blackstone, just regular blackstone, used it as the base. It's actually 4 blocks wide in the middle. I've taken some trapdoors, some fence gates, more fence gates, trapdoors here and here, and I used some stairs and slabs and blackstone slabs and stairs and a couple of blocks, as well as some lanterns for the light to give it all the shape. I'm really happy with it. I'm glad it turned out so well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a path going straight to my front door in sometime in the next few episodes, directly from here. And I'm gonna have it go this way a bit because that's the way I want my mega base, and I want that to connect with my little thing here. So yeah, yeah. So for now, this is the path. I think, oh yeah, that improves it greatly. Now, as you can see, sometimes that there is these odd blocks that just don't appear whole because the blocks in front of it, like as you saw there was dirt here, and you could see that because of this, the path block not being a full block. Now, I think that improves the area a lot more, and it just makes it or it just goes to show that I'm actually making progress with my base. And yeah, I'm really happy. This was one of the first things I wanted done, and now that I have it done and have a design that's been finalized, I actually really like it much better. Now again, I'm staying within the Japanese theme. My whole season will be based around Japan, or older Japan buildings. Sorry, what? No. Older Japanese buildings. It's a hyperfixation. So, yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be something completely different next season. Like, it could be Vikings. That was what I was going to do pretty much right before I had changed my mind back to my original idea of going Japanese. I was originally going to find a river in this biome still and build a Viking boat. So I might do that again later on in the future. But I think for now, I'm going to chop down some trees and replant them, and we'll go up till I have enough till here. So you're not going to see anything, but it's going to take me a while. Okay, so I have got myself enough dark oak wood, and there was saplings here, as you can see, but now there is not. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get started on making the first tree. And you guys don't know how excited I am to make this tree, because I have been waiting so long to get this tree done. Actually, no, just both trees done, so I can move on to designing my little area a lot more. After these trees are done, I am then going to move on to something else, something small, and my favorite thing about this entire little area, which then, once that is done, all I have to do is decorate or detail or cover this all in moss, and then texture the moss, and then my little area is complete, which then means I can move on to clearing out more trees for the big base. Also, just so you know, I did want to mention that this thing is my design. I designed it, obviously built it, but I designed that myself, and I'm really proud of it. Also, I did actually go trading for some emeralds, as you can see here at Storm's base, since I've got 9 emeralds and a new axe. So I'm looking forward to it. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I don't care if I've planned the trees anymore. I actually really enjoy freestyling, but the design, you can see the inside of my head. Oh yeah, this happens and it's weird. I don't like it. But on the test world, all it is just testing, see if things work together. And ooh, right, I'm not gonna spoil too much, because once this is all textured, both trees are built, my little secret thing that's going right about here, and once the path is connected from here to over there, which this has to be built before putting the path in. So that does actually mean that this base will take me at least 10-ish episodes, which is good. But normally people would have gotten, or supposedly normally, people would have started their mega base already, which technically Storm has. He's just getting his villagers' supply stuff ready ahead of time. What was that? But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to cut right to where the whole tree's built, but I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. So I'm just gonna plan things so far. So that's the idea so far. So yeah, we'll see you when it's built.